friends, Andromeda of Earth here. We're going to be talking about this weekly post, the weekly reading we've got for March 8th through the 14th, 2020. Grabbing the Vindur Deck, I've really been enjoying this piece of artwork. During our weekly reads, I do part one in this video here, and then we'll do part two with journal prompts, symbolism to explore, and I do an altar with energy work. The clear crystals that I have on the altars catch and receive the energy that I'm kind of focusing onto the crystal grid. So both of these will be up on Patreon. These videos are always up on Patreon first, and then the next week they go out to everyone in case people want hindsight information or a little bit more clarity, and also to just get these videos out to people if they're looking for the messages. So if you are watching this and it's weeks past and you'd like something current, check out my Patreon. Andromeda of Earth is just in the description box, and you can sign up and get current readings. So for our weekly reads, we do a 3-card spread, a know, show, grow, and I usually throw in the shadow there, sometimes the light and dark if I'm feeling so called. The know, show, grow is also synonymous with head, heart, and balance, and our past, present, and future. So those all three kind of play together. We've got a full moon amping up. It's probably getting up there, attempting to peak, starting today. I believe it reaches the apex tomorrow or tonight. Can't remember if it's in the morning or not. Did you get hit by the moonlight last night? I know we did. Kind of getting myself centered and grounded. Tap into my heart opener, talisman, knots and locks. Just noticed there's moonstones in here as well. I didn't realize that. Saw the little iridescent in there and I was like, wow, yes, moonstone. I welcome any and only benevolent beings to this space. Any ancients, ascended masters, any angels who are in alignment with divine will and universal law are welcome here. All others are banished. What information do we need to know for this week? No. 10 of Wands. You get that in focus here. So it's not wanting to focus. That's always a message. At least to me. This person's like buried underneath these wands. It definitely looks like there is some sort of rubble on top of them. Are we feeling buried beneath our projects, our passions, our ambitions, our motivations? And this person doesn't feel like they are going anywhere in regards to those things. So there's a sense of being stuck. I don't see that they're dead though. I see that there's life in the feet. Do you see that? Attempting to get it to focus. Right, the feet have, there we go. There, the feet are active. You know, they're not just like draping over to the side. So they're still alive and, you know, potentially kicking. They're just sort of buried, being held down. Can you call for a friend and ask him to lift some of these up? That's so interesting, because just yesterday I thought to myself, gosh, I've got all these projects, and I got the help of my husband for Aeon, so why not request some help from other people for these other projects? There's no reason why you have to do it all alone. You don't have to do it all alone. We're not alone. We are a society, a society of people who are hardwired to help each other. You know that feeling when you see someone do something really good for somebody else, or like that heartwarming story, and, you know, it just touches you right here? You know, that's because we find value in people helping other people. We're hardwired for cooperation. That's what it is. Being that this is a 10, I see, I always think of completion when I see 10s. It's like the whole, the end, in a sense, a full set. You got this full set here of dreams, you couldn't handle anymore. I think one more and, you know, you might get crushed. But I think about the 10 and then the Roman numeral X, right? It's kind of like it's telling you X marks the spot. That's what I just heard. X marks the spot. This has been your ambition, your drive the whole time. This has been what you wanted. It may not look at all what you thought it was. Somewhere along the way, you knew that you were going to get all these things that you wanted. Now that you've got it all and kind of feel, you know, maybe this is the right amount for you, maybe it's not. I mean, only you are in this body, only you know. You know, and I say maybe this is the right amount for you because some people really like deep pressure on their body. They really want that weight on top of them. And I'm not just talking metaphorically, I'm talking physically too. You know, I think about people who have fetishes of like being stepped on and walked on. And that's a real thing. They want the weight. So it's really your body and up to you whether this is the ideal, so you can finally get some rest, you know, calm your nervous system down, or whether this is too much and you phone a friend and get some help to get it off you. Now, this is in our head space, so keep that into consideration. Show the 9 of Wands. There we go. So this is in our heart space. This is like we have collected that last final piece that's necessary for us to move forward on our path. Right? I see this like road, right? And I see 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, there's 9 wands there. There's the 8 that are in a row, and then the 9th's on the other side, and it's sort of like it's the left foot to the right foot. You know, we are very logic oriented, very right foot oriented. I mean, or I guess, you know, if you wanted to get technical, it'd be left foot oriented, since the left foot is controlled by the right side of the brain. Definitely interesting to me that we've got the 10 and then we get the 9 right after it. So it's like we feel we've got all these, I keep hearing projects, and maybe that's because I'm working on projects, but I know I'm not the only one. You know, we are all working on our passion project, you know, the thing that really helps us to feel alive, versus simply the thing that pays the fucking bills. So it's like we've figured it out, you know, we've got it all, and then we have an opportunity to acquire that last dream, that last ambition, before we can then move forward. Nines are the sacred spiral, or the shape of a 9, right? So I definitely feel that it's a very powerful number to have. Even though it signifies endings, we all know endings mean beginnings. Just how that works. We have to be comfortable with our endings so that we can get and allow the new beginnings to come through. Curious what Leia wrote about in the Knight of Wands. Still standing, barely. Fire had gotten used to being the best, but as we all know, wherever the best is, there are a slew of competitors nipping at their heels. And the 8 of Wands, Fire had felt so confidently in the lead, and they had years of experience to support them. In a quick moment to catch their breath, Fire turns around to see everyone else just a step behind, looking healthy and strong while they are feeling worn down. Deflated, Fire wonders if anyone is even on their side anymore. Are they becoming old news? Fire feels trapped by the desire to defend their title and convicted to finish what they have started, so they resolutely push forward, nursing their aching ego. Although you are exhausted, you must remain steadfast and finish what you set out to do. If you don't, there is a chance that you may just wind up back here again and again and again until you end this on your own terms. Stay strong and resist the urge to make knee-jerk decisions. If you see the higher ground and are patient, the best plan of action will reveal itself. Bring that energy into our heart space, into our present moment. Do what you set out to do. Complete it. Yeah. Feeling that. Well, let's see where we're at for grow. Ooh, fun. instantly in focus, but it's going. The star, we are receiving the water from above. We are receiving, the milk of the stars. I think of water, I think of the portal into the spirit realm. Now, this being is illuminated, and with as much of water that we are made of, when we are receiving water, we are receiving more of ourselves. We are becoming more. We are learning more. We are taking in more information. We are being illuminated and hydrated. The light from the celestial bodies. Thea calls this card a union. You and the universe. I definitely feel that connection more and more every day. How about you? Are you feeling your thread, that connects you to other people, but also you to the stars and you to our earth? And they can't be severed. It can only be diminished, or made less powerful. For example, things like rubber on the bottoms of your shoes. Rubber, it does not conduct electricity, and so it attempts to stop that connection between you and the earth. And we have a more about it. Gravity will just bring that energy down into the hot earth, and there that energy burns away and transmutes and transforms. And that just simply demonstrates to us how energy never dies, it only transmutes. And of course, death and rebirth, sure, we can use those words. I just got this message thinking about stars and starlight. The starlight that we see is not at all the current starlight. We can bring this into our personal reality in that the things that we experience, the light that we see, is not the real light. It's only the light that was beginning to be shown in the past, and now it's just now reaching us. Said in another way would be, the things that are happening now are the effects of causes that happened in the past. So it's not a reflection of our current present moment. Of course, the more in alignment we act, in alignment with the universe, the quicker those manifestations, the effects, come. But typically, especially when those things that we do that are not in alignment, and we have all done those things in the past, they are going to catch up with us. that light will shine upon us, just like the star light of yesterday shines upon us now. An interesting message to take in regards to our balance and our future and our growth. Our balance to our head and our heart. Our 10 and our 9s of wands. And our shadow period. We've got the King of Swords. I'm loving this image in that this person is centered. This person is using their grounded, centered mindset, their sword, to keep them here, rooted and at the heart. They're holding their mentation in their heart space with both their right and their left side, so they're very balanced. Their eyes are closed, and so they're very much tapped into the internal. Their crown is present, but it's not like on their head. You know what I mean? It's not like a physical thing. They are pretty much stripped bare. Now remember, this is in our shadow period, so these are things that we are, but it may be challenging to utilize or realize. But if we take the opportunity to step into and feel our shadow space, we really can tap into this King of Swords, the master of your mentation, the master of our reality, because honestly, all is mind. The first Hermetic principle, all is mind. When you can control and being with your mind without needing to distract yourself, fill yourself with all of the drama that is out here, we can remain centered. The world can do its thing, and we can do our thing. Have access to both our light and our dark. They're the same person. Right? Thank you for being here, folks. As I mentioned earlier, I'll have part 2 up as soon as possible. That'll be up on Patreon. Thank you for taking care of yourself. That's, to me, I feel the most right now. There isn't anything we have to do right now. There's no like specific action that's prescribed other than just be with yourself. I think channeling this guy here and allowing this to flow in, that's going to be our key to success for this week, or our ability to tap into what we've been given, because that's the important part. It's like not every week is going to be a win. There may be wins within it, but not every win has to be because you've done something. Sometimes the win is just allowing and receiving and being and centering and being that peaceful buoy, or the anchored buoy among the storm around you. Thank you guys for being here. See you soon.